Hello vinyl records lovers, my name is Bernard and this is my vinyl tag video for 2019. There are 20 questions to go through, so let's get started. First question is, what is your best find of 2018? I'll go with Elias of Sunnylow by John Anderson, the original singer of Yes. This concept album about a mysterious planet was released in July of 1976, only a month after I was born. I've loved Yes and John Anderson's voice for 25 years now. The song Flight of the Moorglade is my personal favorite. Question 2 is an opportunity to give shoutouts to other vinyl community members. There are so many great channels out there. I can't imagine that you don't already know the great people I'm about to name. But please go check out Bill at the Vinylverse, Bobby Gass, Brad at H2 Vinyl, Brett at Vinyl Victim, Jacob at Moen Rock, Jolly Roger, Melinda Murphy, Robert Z, and Tim at DJ High Noon. All these people have been very kind to me and I've shown a lot of class. I would like to give a special shout out to Bill, who gave me the word of encouragement that I needed to make my first video. Question 3. What holes are you looking to fill in your collection? Well, I could spend the day on that question. I have made a list of around 50 classic rock albums that I don't have neither on CD nor on vinyl, and that I feel are lacking in my collection. A couple of examples are A Day at the Races by Queen, Red by King Crimson, and Low by David Bowie. I try to give priority to this list when I go shopping for vinyl records. Other than that, I always keep my eyes open for my favorite bands like Boston, Yes, Toto, Dire Straits, Rush, and so on. And I also want to add more Japanese pressings to my collection. Question 4 is, show a cheap album that's really good. Well, at least in my area, I found that the Moody Blues discography is very easy to find and very cheap, unless you're looking for pristine original copies. Perhaps the best one of them is Days of Future Past. This one was not expensive at all. Question 5. Show your favorite side project album. I love my AOR, so I chose Bad English. This album can be considered as a side project for Neil Schon and Jonathan Cain of Journey on one hand, and John Waite of The Babies on the other hand. This is a must for fans of polished 80s melodic rock in the vein of Journey and Survivor. Question 6. Talk about a song from a band or artist that is uncharacteristic of their catalogue. One song came to mind immediately. It's off the album Corporate America by Boston, released in 2002. It was never released on vinyl. On this CD, the song With You is sung by a female singer who was hired for the project. It sounds more like a Shania Twain ballad than anything else. It's really uncharacteristic of Boston, the Boston that millions of people love. And it's really off-putting, to say the least. Question 7. show the last album you purchased. The last album I purchased is a very well done reissue of The Kinks, are the Village Green Preservation Society. This is a Christmas gift because I use a gift card that was given to me by a cousin. Question 8. A great album with a bad cover. This to me is a lousy cover. However, even though the Wilson sisters seem to despise this album, I do love it. It's Brigade by Heart. And question 9. A bad album with a cool cover. I picked Private Audition, also by Heart. This is their 1982 album. The only single out of it is This Man Is Mine. So, I'm sorry, right off the bat, you know that it's not their best work. Question 10. A blues album. I had heard that Live at the Regal by B.B. King was a classic, so I took a chance on it and did not regret it at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's my only full-fledged blues album on vinyl. Question 11. A earworm song. I'll leave this one for the end of the video if you don't mind. So let's get to question 12. A historically important artist. How about Stevie Wonder? The man was born blind and still he was able to become a super legend. He has been active for more than 50 years and his musical talents are really out of this world. He could be his own producer and play most of the instruments himself. At 21, he became the first Motown artist with complete artistic control. And he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1989. Question 13. An album you own because of your parents. My parents bought this very copy of Thriller for my sister, my brother and me, probably in 1983. Unfortunately, the insert with lyrics got lost, but I'm glad I still have this copy. Before that, we didn't have any high-profile American pop albums in our house. Question 14. Show your best dollar bin find. I found this Metallica record for $1 or $2 at the Salvation Army. I did not hesitate. Question 15. My favorite double album. For this question, I will voluntarily exclude double live albums. I realized while preparing this video that I don't own my two favorite double studio albums on vinyl. They are Quadrophenia by The Who and Tales from Topographic Oceans by Yes. However, on vinyl, for the moment, my favorite double album is Leptade by Harmonia. This beautiful and majestic album has progressive rock, folk and classical elements in it. It was released in 1976 and the concept has to do with the 7 levels of conscience. Question 16. An album I learned about from the vinyl community in the last year. I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before, but Derek Higgins once talked about this album on his channel. 3-Day Moon by Barry Phillips. This jazz album was recorded in 1978 and features Barry Phillips on bass, as well as the amazing guitar playing of Terje Riptal, who is one of the main figures on ECM. I like exploring the ECM label and getting out of my comfort zone. I will skip question 17 since I don't have any 10-inch records in my collection. So question 18 is show a 7-inch. Here are two of the earliest 45s that I bought. This is Seven Wonders, and it's backed with Book of Miracles. And this is a Little Lies, backed with Ricky. I bought those in 1987 at the age of 11. Question 19, my favorite album to fall asleep to. I admit that I sometimes fall asleep while listening to music, but I don't have any favorite. It could be any music. I guess if I'm very tired, I would be more prone to fall asleep while listening to something like this. This album features piano sonatas 30 and 31 by Beethoven. But normally, I'm wide awake when I listen to classical music. Question 20. My favorite VC experience and or advice for people contemplating making videos. My favorite VC experience was the Robert Z Lottery. I had never made a video before, and when I learned about this contest, I decided to take the leap. I got to interact with wonderful people, plus the suspense was absolutely epic. My participation included sending a gift to the winner, who is Jacob at Moen Rock, and this was very gratifying. I really had a blast with that contest. Hats off to Robert Z, by the way. And finally, if you recall, I left question 11 for last. We are asked to talk about an earworm song, a song that won't leave your head. Well, I've had a song stuck in my head for 35 years. So it's from a TV cartoon I was watching when I was a little boy. And I will leave you with that song as a gift. That's it for today, everyone. It would be awesome if you could leave a comment below. Thank you very much.
C'est l'histoire du petit castor, le plus petit mais le plus fort. Dans la forêt au milieu de tous ses amis, il est heureux, il s'amuse, il joue et il rit. Et une fois qu'il est lancé, rien ne peut l'arrêter. L'aventure l'attend au bout du chemin, mais l'aventure ça fait partie des plaisirs quotidiens. C'est l'histoire du petit castor, le plus petit mais le plus fort. Dans la forêt au milieu de tous ses amis, il est heureux, il s'amuse, il joue et il rit. Et une fois qu'il est lancé, rien ne peut l'arrêter. Il est rusé, audacieux, il n'a pas peur. Et quoi qu'il arrive, il sait démontrer qu'il a du cœur. C'est l'histoire du petit castor, le plus petit mais le plus fort. Et une fois qu'il est lancé, rien ne peut l'arrêter.